Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, September 12th. It is 7:01 p.m. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Good evening, everyone. All members of council are present. Besides Councilmember Rooney, and Councilmember Reed is here. I'm going to ask that the consent calendar be passed if there is no objection. Hearing no objection, I'm going to pass the consent calendar as presented. I ask that communication items A through V be incorporated into the minutes of our meeting. Public participation. Is there any member of the public that would like to participate?
Mr. Chair.
Mauer.
Jason Mauer, 44 Stable Ridge Road. I'm speaking outside of my official capacity today on two items. One is that the Think Pink events will be starting at the end of this month and going throughout all of October. So we invite all council members and town officials, as well as everybody in the town, to come out to all of the events and take part in the different items, as well as participate in the various restaurant nights and things throughout the month. On a separate note, I also would like to just take a moment to recognize Nancy Zarena, who unfortunately recently passed. Nancy was such a large part of this town in multiple capacities, including being a teacher of the year and then a citizen of the year. So just want to take a moment to recognize Nancy and also note that I believe the Historical Foundation is planning a memorial service of some sort for her. So keep your eyes out for that. But thank you, Nancy Zarena. Thank you to your family for everything you guys have done for Monroe.
Thank you, Mr. Mauer. I will note for the record that Mr. Rooney has arrived. It is 7:04 p.m. He is here via phone. Is there any other public participation this evening? Hearing none, I'm going to close public participation. There are no appointments this evening. Action items. Town Council Committee on Finance, Education, Health, Public Safety Matters. Madam Vice Chair.
We have not met since our last meeting.
Thank you. Madam Vice Chair. Town Council Committee on Planning, Zoning, Public Works, and Recreation Matters. Mr. Rooney.
Thank you, Ms. Formicella. Nothing at this time. We have not met. However, I believe that there will be a report on Parks and Rec. There was an approval on the field project, so maybe Mrs. Martin has some input on that.
Thank you, Mr. Rooney. Ms. Martin?
I have nothing.
Okay, thank you. All right. Item C, Town Council Committee on Legislative and Administrative Matters. Mr. Reed.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Formicella. We did meet tonight, and all of the items in the agenda for this meeting tonight were passed by us with consensus.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Strategic Planning Committee. We have not met since our last meeting. I will be contacting the members to have a strategic planning meeting in the month of October to discuss capital projects for the upcoming budget, as well as EMS Building Committee, Mr. Rooney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Everything's going as planned, very smooth. We do have a meeting tomorrow night. No major hurdles over there. Like I said, everything's going together great. Just conversations about the garage doors and things of that nature, but no new information. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rooney. Mr. O'Rourke, Open Space Preservation and Acquisition Committee.
Mr. Chairman, we have not met since our last meeting.
Mr. O'Rourke. Mr. Selectman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bunch of updates tonight. First, the Pepper Street project. I did send an update out to the community last week, but to kind of recap, significant work's been done. A lot of work completed at the Tractor Hollow culvert. First course of pavement has been applied to a substantial stretch of the road. Obviously, there's plenty of ongoing work that is continuing. There will be significant excavation and other work necessary between Cambridge Drive and Commerce Drive to expedite that work. We are going to be closing that section to through traffic this weekend so that work can continue around the clock. So starting this Friday at 7 o'clock, it will conclude, saying sometime on Sunday, September 18th, that would be at the latest. The road would be opened. As soon as the road is completed, it will actually get opened before the first coat of pavement is put on that section just to get the road open. Pavement will follow after. And, detour signs will be posted. There will be obviously local access by coming from either end of Pepper. The Neighborhood Assistance Act for this year was approved for the Project Warmth application that we submitted. So you'll recall it was a $24,000 request. So Project Warmth can accept donations up to that amount that could be eligible for the act, which is done, as you know, through certain businesses that contribute to benefit from a credit that can be applied to their state tax liability. It is a very limited window of September 15th to October 3rd, where the forms that are prescribed by the Department of Revenue Services must be completed, and it's available through the state website, and there's more information there, a phone number and a website, an email address for any business that is looking to donate to the Project Warmth program and potentially secure a tax credit for that. An update on the Wolf Park Fields project, which I believe is probably what Mr. Rooney was referencing earlier. Both the Inland Wetlands Commission and the Planning and Zoning Commission have approved the revised plans that I had previously reported for the project. So the design firm is now preparing the final construction documents and preparing the bid package. The town clerk has received a grant from the state of Connecticut, just over $5,700. This is an absentee ballot support grant, which is intended to assist with the increased costs of absentee ballot processing for the upcoming general election. It is based on the number of absentee ballots that were received in 2018 and 2020. A great new program that we kind of did a soft launch of earlier, but we are now going to formally roll out. It's the Senior Dine Program. This is a project that our Community and Social Services Director under Kim Cassia has worked with the Southwestern Connecticut Agency on Aging, or SWACA. This is a program that's a restaurant-based meal program. It's available to anyone age 60 or older in town. There's no income threshold to participate. And it's operated by SWACA partners with CW Solutions. They're the ones that work with a restaurant owner and a nutritionist to develop the selected menu. CW Resources selected Bill's Drive-In for the program. So another great aspect of this is it also helps our local businesses. They selected based upon their factors for their program. And meals are available weekdays between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. Seniors can go there once per day and utilize their card. They can get any one of 6 breakfast or 8 dinner items once a day. Their cost is only $4 with a grant picking up the balance of the cost. Everything has to be done, registration in advance through the Senior Center. You can call the Senior Center for more information. We will be later this month announcing a formal kind of grand opening of the program at Bill's Drive-In later on in this month. And I will, once we have a date that's 99% firm, but I didn't put it on here because I want that other 1% first. So we'll get that out. for later this month. Some business updates. I know folks are anxiously awaiting Panera Bread. I just wanted to report back that they do plan to open this fall. The interior build out is well underway. Some new businesses that are looking to come to town. Street Redefined is they're actually already opening at 163 Main Street, an automotive repair and fabrication shop. Mariola Bakery and Deli will be opening on Main Street. This is the center that currently has Verizon and T-Mobile in it, across from the Cumberland Farms on Main Street. They have submitted their application. It is one that can be processed administratively, so I expect that that will be opening up in the near future once they, once they do their build out of whatever they need to do inside that space. And then an application received for 2 restaurants that would go in a lot that's currently a Spring Hill Road lot, but it's the corner of Purdy Hill and Monroe Turnpike. Chipotle Mexican Grill, a 3,000 square foot restaurant and drive-through, and Jersey Mike Subs, a 1,500 square foot restaurant. Both of those are both of those applications will be before the Planning and Zoning Commission for their review and consideration. And last but not least, Pura is conducting public hearings that they would like all residents to be aware of regarding an application from Aquarion to increase rates over a 3-year period. That application was filed August 29th. We also received notice from the state of Connecticut that advised that the average increase would equate to approximately a monthly increase of just over $4 a month. Again, I don't know how that relates specifically to Monroe, but that's what the state advised us. There are 2 more public hearings scheduled. One actually has already occurred. There are 2 more that are scheduled. They're both virtual, and constituents can also submit comments electronically via the email address that's on the report here, and all comments are treated equally regardless of whether they're emailed or whether you go to one of the public hearings. And that's all I have. Thanks.
Kellogg. Ms. Martin.
So I just have a quick question. Mr. Kellogg, I know I'm going to be asked for the senior dine-in thing. Just to take advantage of that, does the senior have to be a member of the?
You know what? I do not believe they do. Did Kim get on? I know Kim was going to join a little bit later. She had an earlier commitment. If she joins before the meeting is over, I can ask her. If not, I'll circle back and I'll send you an email. I don't believe they need to be a member of the senior center, but I want to confirm that first. But it's a good question. Yep.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. All right, no more action items this evening. We have no matters of unfinished business tonight. New business, item A, acceptance of the following donations that individually exceed $1,500. Can I have a motion to accept a $2,500 donation from Jensen Tire and Automotive LLC for Project Warmth?
So moved.
Motion by Chairman Pellison, second by Mr. Mauer. Mr. Kellogg.
So thank you. Jensen Tire and Auto is a local business that has to our community for many, many years, very generously. This for Project Warmth, I believe, is related to their sponsorship of the Wiffle Ball tournament, and we certainly thank them for all of their help.
All right, thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of adopting or accepting donation of $2,500 from Jensen Tire and Automotive LLC, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. Item B, Resolution 22-110. Madam Vice Chair.
I move the town council adopt resolution 22-110. Resolved that Kenneth M. Kellogg, first, second the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the town of Monroe the service partnership agreements and any associated documents by and between Liturgical Publications Incorporated for a monthly newsletter for the senior center.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mauer. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the town had a prior agreement with this firm for the production of their monthly newsletter for the senior center. We wish to continue to use this service. They have provided us with a more current form of their agreement. It's been reviewed by the town attorney. You have his memo. We certainly would like to continue utilizing services. I ask that we move this forward for consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Kellogg. Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'm going to call for a vote on the adoption of Resolution 22-110. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay.
I'm fine.
You retract that nay?
All right.
Okay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. All right. Item C, Resolution 22-111. I have a motion to adopt Resolution 22-111. Resolve that Kenneth F. Kellogg, first selectman of the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the town of Monroe the delivery agreement and any associated documents by and between Connecticut Food Share for the delivery of food to the Monroe Food Pantry.
Second.
Motion by Vice Chair LaPellis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mouse. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I'm sure recall the agreement that was passed last year with the Connecticut Food Bank for this exact same delivery service. As you'll recall, the Connecticut Food Bank joined with Connecticut Food Share to become Food Share. Subsequent to that agreement, Connecticut Food Share has provided their version of this, which is extremely similar to what we had before. It's been reviewed by the town attorney, and we ask that you move this forward.
Thank you, Mr. Kellogg. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All in favor of adopting Resolution 22-111, please say aye.
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 All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. Item D, Resolution 22-112. I have a motion to adopt Resolution 22-112. Resolved that Kenneth M. Kellogg, first selectman of the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the town of Monroe the installation quote and any associated documents by and between Sippin Energy Products for the installation of a standby generator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
By Vice Chair LaPellis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Donaldin Wales. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So as everyone knows, our food pantry receives considerable donations. Much of that is perishable products. We have refrigeration and freezer units at the food pantry that stores that. In an extended power outage, the relocation of those products involves moving those items for temporary storage to the high school. Thankfully, it has not become a routine thing that has to be done in any kind of frequency, but it is certainly requires resources to do that. There was a project proposed several years ago to install a generator at the food pantry. The cost at the time was around $18,000, and at the budget that was ultimately passed was reduced significantly from what the first selectman at the time had originally proposed. A lot of that was due to threats from the state to eliminate millions of dollars in education cost sharing grants to the town. And at the time, the generator project did not have a clear funding source. It did not make it to the final capital budget. The prior director of Community and Social Services kind of, with my encouragement, started researching this, didn't get a chance to see it through, but Kim Cassia has had the ability to kind of research this further and identified an alternative, a much more cost-effective solution that will give us a standby generator at a cost of less than $5,000. One of the fuel sources would be propane. So the agreement that's before you this evening is the quote, which comes with terms and conditions from Sippin Energy for the installation of the propane tanks themselves. And the entire project is well below what was proposed several years ago and can be very comfortably absorbed within the food pantry donations fund, so it will not come from taxpayer funds either. The town attorney has reviewed it, you have his letter of opinion, and I ask that we move this forward so we can finalize this project.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of adopting resolution 22-112, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. All right. So I move that the town council adopt the following resolutions and waive the reading of said resolutions. Resolution 22-113, Fawn Hollow Student Activity Account. Resolution 22-114, Massac High School Student Activity Account. Resolution 22-115, Fosby Terry Scholarship Account. Resolution 22-116, Jockey Hollow Student Activity Account. Resolution 22-117, Board of Education Administration Account. Resolution 22-118, Board of Education Flexible Spending Account. Resolution 22-119, Monroe Elementary Student Activity Account. Resolution 22-120, Stepney Elementary Student Activity Account. There's a second. Seconded by Vice Chair Lapellis. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So you're all very familiar with these standardized resolutions that are presented to us from Newtown Savings Bank in the specific format and language that they require to create and or update basically what amounts to signature cards and authorizations to withdraw monies of public monies. There are, each of these had to be done separately because there are different signatories on each one. These are necessary because of various administrative positions that change within the Monroe Public Schools. In addition to the town treasurer, they weren't done prior because some of the school changes had not yet become effective. So now that those are done, these are ripe for consideration, and you have the town attorney's attached memo and opinion in this regard as well. These are fairly standard. I ask that we move these forward so we can get these adopted.
Thank you, Mr. Kellogg. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of adopting the aforesaid resolutions, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. All right, resolution 22-121. Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 22-121? Resolve that Kenneth Kellogg, First Selectman of the Town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the Town of Monroe performing artist engagement agreement and any associated documents by and between Garrett L. Stack for the WMNR performance at Edmond Town Hall.
So moved.
Motion by Vice Chair Wells. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Donald Wales. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Kurt Anderson, General Manager for WNR, has advised me that they wish to organize a free concert featuring the performance of Garrett L. Stack, a broadcaster, a volunteer broadcaster with the WNR, who also performs a radio show called American Jukebox. The concert would be held at Edmond Town Hall in Newtown. The current resolution before you is for the first agreement related to that concert, which is the Performing Artist Engagement Agreement, which is using the standard form that we've been providing for other similar performances, such as used by Parks and Rec. You have the town attorney's memo in this regard, and as discussed in L&A, this entire effort would be funded through the M&R operations.
Thank you, Mr. Kellogg. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of adopting resolution 22-121, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. New business item N, resolution 22-122. I have a motion to adopt resolution 22-122, resolve that Kenneth M. Kellogg, first selectman of the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the town of Monroe the Edmund Town Hall space rental application and any associated documents by and between Edmund Town Hall for the use of the facility by WMNR. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Vice Chair Lapellis. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Mao. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is the second half of the same matter. This resolution would approve the agreement for the utilization of the space from Edmund Town Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Kellogg. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. That is it for our agenda. I am adjourning the meeting at 7:27 p.m. I will see everyone in 2 weeks.
Good night, everyone.
Say, brief note, to remember that you have noticed the upcoming meeting is not on a Monday, it is on a Tuesday, I believe due to the Jewish holiday. So it's Tuesday, and I did text Kim Cassia, but she didn't get back to me. Probably because I know she's in the middle of another event. I'll send an email as soon as I hear from her tomorrow morning at the latest. All right? Thanks. Yep.